So, you've been hearing all the buzz about electric cars lately, haven't you? But you're still scratching your head, wondering what the big deal is. Let me guess. You're the type who thinks an EV is just a fancy toy for tech nerds or tree huggers? Well, buckle up because today we're going to demystify electric vehicles for you. And by the end of this, you might just find yourself considering one. Alright, let's start simple. How do electric cars actually work? Unlike the gas guzzler sitting in your driveway, an electric car doesn't have a traditional engine. Instead, it's powered by an electric motor and a big old battery pack. Think of it like a smartphone on wheels. You charge it up, drive it around, and plug it in when the battery runs low. No oil changes, no exhaust pipes, and no visits to gas stations where you inevitably end up buying overpriced snacks. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Range anxiety. I get it. You're probably thinking, what happens when the battery runs out? Am I going to be stranded on the side of the road? Well, here's the deal. Modern EVs are designed to go the distance. Most new models have a range of 250 to 400 miles on a single charge. Unless you're planning a cross-country road trip every week, that's more than enough for daily commutes and errands. But hold on, I know what some of you are thinking. Charging must be a nightmare, right? Wrong. Charging an EV is easier than you think. You can plug it in at home overnight, just like your phone. Wake up in the morning and boom, fully charged and ready to go. And if you're out and about, there are thousands of public charging stations popping up everywhere. Sure, it takes a bit longer than filling a tank with gas, but let's be honest, you're already spending 10 minutes in the drive-thru line for coffee. You can spare a little extra time to charge your car. Now that we've got the basics covered, let's talk about why EVs are worth considering. First up, cost savings. Yes, I know. The sticker price of some electric cars can be a bit intimidating, but hear me out. With no gas, fewer maintenance costs, and government incentives in many places, you'll save a ton of money in the long run. Plus, with electricity rates being way more stable than gas prices, you won't have to sell a kidney every time oil prices spike. And let's not forget the environment. I know, you're rolling your eyes. But seriously, driving an electric car reduces your carbon footprint significantly. If you care even a tiny bit about leaving behind a planet that's not on fire for future generations, this is a no-brainer. Also, can we talk about the driving experience? Instant torque means these cars are zippy. Even the boring ones can surprise you with how fast they accelerate. And they're so quiet. It's like driving a spaceship minus the aliens. Now, let's look at some key EV models you should keep on your radar. For those of you balling on a budget, the Nissan Leaf and Chevrolet Bolt are solid, affordable options. If you want something more premium, Tesla has been the poster child of EVs for a reason. The Model 3 and Model Y are insanely popular. And for those who want to flex a little, brands like Rivian, Lucid, and Porsche are making some seriously drool-worthy electric rides. By the way, if you're enjoying this breakdown and want to stay updated on all cars, vintage, modern, and electric, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your future self will thank you. Trust me. Alright, back to it. One of the coolest things about electric cars is how fast the technology is advancing. Solid-state batteries, wireless charging, and even solar-powered EVs are just around the corner. This means better range, faster charging, and even lower costs in the future. It's an exciting time to jump on the EV bandwagon. But hey, let's keep it real. EVs aren't perfect. Charging infrastructure, especially in rural areas, still needs work. And yes, those massive batteries come with their own environmental challenges. Mining for materials like lithium and cobalt isn't exactly sunshine and rainbows. However, automakers and scientists are working hard to make batteries more sustainable and recyclable. Let's talk about performance though. This is where EVs really shine. Remember how I mentioned instant torque? That's just the beginning. Electric motors don't rely on traditional gears, so the power delivery is seamless and immediate. You press the pedal and boom, you're off. Cars like the Tesla Model S Plaid and the Rimac Maverick can hit 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. That's faster than most supercars. And you're doing all this without making a racket or puffing out clouds of smoke. It's speed with sophistication. But what about EV ownership in the long run? Is it all sunshine and rainbows? Well, not quite. While maintenance costs are generally lower because there are fewer moving parts and no engine oil to worry about, you'll still need to replace the tires, brakes, and eventually, the battery. Battery replacement is the big one. But the good news is that most EV manufacturers offer warranties of 8 years or 100,000 miles, and battery technology is improving rapidly. Also, can we give a shout out to some of the quirky features EVs are bringing to the table? Over-the-air updates, self-driving capabilities, massive touchscreen interfaces, and even party tricks like Tesla's light shows or fart mode. Yes, fart mode. These cars are not just vehicles, they're experiences. They're bringing the fun back into driving in a way that a lot of gas cars just can't compete with anymore. Let's talk resale value. This has been a concern in the past because, let's be honest, early EVs weren't exactly the most desirable after a few years. But that's changing quickly. As more people get comfortable with the idea of electric cars, the demand for used EVs is growing. Tesla, in particular, has been a standout in holding its value over time, and other brands are catching up. For those of you who still aren't sold, let me hit you with this. The auto industry is shifting gears fast. Governments around the world are rolling out plans to ban the sale of new gas-powered cars by as early as 2035. Automakers are pouring billions into EV development. It's not a matter of if EVs will take over, it's a matter of when. So, you might as well get ahead of the curve. If you're worried about how to choose the right EV, here's a tip. Think about your lifestyle. Are you mostly commuting to work or school? A compact car like the Hyundai Kona Electric or the Volkswagen ID.4 might be perfect. Need something for family road trips? Look at SUVs like the Tesla Model X or the Kia EV6. And if you're hauling stuff or going off-road, Rivian's R1T and the Ford F-150 Lightning are redefining what electric trucks can do. So, to sum it all up, electric cars are the future, whether you like it or not. They're clean, cost-effective, and packed with cutting-edge tech. Sure, they're not perfect, but neither were gas cars when they first hit the scene over a century ago. Change takes time, but the wheels are already in motion. The question is, are you going to keep living in the past, or are you ready to embrace what's next? If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, smash that like button and share it with someone who still thinks EVs are just a fad. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of cars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.